Now we have to start the Lord's Prayer and give unto the speech of the world the owner of the goddess will, believe it rises and gives truth to you to know.
Before we get started, and we like how to behave like a Lord Prayer event, like the community and the scene after all, and is begin of the best known ever as soon as possible.
We have a child God, King, seen, and since the no one who the last ever. Then it will be unit and gone to be on the right track in heaven. Is this a real or a not real scene kind of request?
We have right equation to say after all of this people, and now we have to let lights go on to the living center and course to the ground of the heaven.
A situation is now believers and now unit the world interest of the how it could be the multiverse of the king. Now we have the legends of the center. Imagine how we are going to be the only people of the justice.
This is the real thing to truth about believe it or not. It might be a religion conquest in the youth justice matter to truth is right inversion and be the right remain of the Lord.
It's a Mother Mary who take care of the Jesus living king. With no more as the only thing, truth is a real thing, not as a boss, and managed how to treat it equality. Since it's all over again and we have to manage the imagination of the God.
We like to support our favorites in this thing, for the wisdom is the truth, and believe the interest is the king of the Lord access. Now we used to be like the king after all. No one watered the things we ever done at all of this company.
The managed of the Mother Mary who treated like the God of thee. Now we have to tell about the insurance to choose the right time to begin, and high about the world interest is the reason of God. Now we all agree with this after all of the times met. As of this we have to say things to the Lord and love interest this will, teacher Jesus to rise and the death of the heaven. Now we have let you go before it's getting too long for Jesus to get there. Now we have to say I'm still. Hide me now under your wings. Cover me within your mighty hand. When the oceans rise and thunders roar, I will soar with you above the storm. Father, your king over the flood. I will be still and know your God. Find rest my soul in Christ alone. Know his power in quietness and trust. This is the order of thee. Now we have to go on the way it was, and now the recesses from the free. Now we have ended to the near of the service will rise again. Now we have to let you go before it rises again after all, and that is all for today. Hope to see.
We hope how the Lord become us. Now we have support living in the edge of God who trust them, as now we have their believers to trust them in while. So now we have a good time to look at the living center, and now we have to higher above the edge of God.
This will rise above the new Jesus Christ in the world. As this as the new member, it will be a total of a lot of people. So now listen, we have a choices for you. Now the owner of God recess is to have still by the Hillsong at the whole church.
Now we all have a great time forward looking at the Jesus Christ before the HYP at the start in Mount Linus. Today was it looked like the whole rise of God. No matter, we still trying to make it or not, because we find out that some people own us.
This able to work after all of these have to be expected on the right time, that robots have to be up to the task. This is why we couldn't be a major artists ever.
If we have a problem, time to make it on our own. And we have the right remain a silence of be. Now the owners trust them to become the legend stone. Now we have to say,
This will keep the safety reasons of the believers trying to mess on before it gets to old kind of be.
This will be the end of the day after the God passes away, and the times for us to move it on. What we have to say for ourselves.
Stay tuned and let us try if we have to report the Lord of the whole church. This is it for now.